Hello, I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. Welcome to Accountants Minute. Accountants, businesses need a broad succession strategy. The normal understanding of succession planning is basically something built around what happens if something happens to the owner or the CEO of a small medium enterprise. However, most small medium enterprises cannot afford the luxury of having a CEO in waiting employed in the organisation. A succession strategy requires a business to look at a broader range of issues, to have a good look at what everyone does within the business, especially the members of the management team. There's going to be a lot more questions asked about succession strategies of businesses in the future, especially those who are trying to raise capital under the early stage innovation company structures that commence from the 1st of July 2016. Because investors are going to be very concerned as to whether there is an effective succession strategy throughout the whole of the business. Sure, the CEO is very important, but they'll be looking to see whether there is an effective team in place. I believe accountants can play a significant role in assisting small medium enterprise clients to develop appropriate succession strategies within their business. So where do you start? I think the first thing to do is to review the corporate chart for the business, looking at what the management team role is, what are the jobs that have been allocated to the various key people in the organisation. Are all aspects of management for a business of this type covered? What's the job descriptions for the management team members? Is there any obvious spaces, areas that are not covered? The review of the CEO's job description can be very interesting and informative. In some instances, I found that virtually 85% of the key tasks within an organisation are being handled by the CEO. That's not good succession planning. So having a good look at what everyone does is very important. The next stage is to have a corporate governance think tank. This would take about a day. Have all the management team members there and work through the key issues of management, of how a board of advice operates, how the allocation of duties works in an organisation, and then prepare a skills matrix. In the standard skills matrix that we use within ESS BIZTOOLS, there's approximately 50 jobs, classifications that are reserved for the management team members. It's interesting to go through a list like that and just see how your client is comparing to that list. Have they thought about responsibilities for all of the jobs that are incorporated within an organisation? And then look at who's been allocated to do those jobs and guard against all the jobs being allocated or retained by the CEO because of fear of delegation. That would worry investors looking to invest in this organisation. That way you'll be able to prepare a skills matrix and the team will have a far better idea of how they can work in a cohesive manner through a board of advice and possibly a board of directors. And one of the key outcomes of this process is going to be who could do more work. Who could relieve the CEO so that the CEO's responsibilities are spread more across the management team? And that will leave the CEO for that very important role of planning the future. But then make sure there's an appropriate communication process within the organisation. So the outcomes of a succession strategy review, the management team will have a greater understanding of their roles in the organisation. They'll have an appreciation of how a board of advice and board of directors works to improve succession and management within an organisation. There will be a greater appreciation of the need for ongoing skills development. Whether the team member is age 30 or 60, what are they going to do in the next year to improve their skills? and the organisation will have up-to-date job descriptions. And hopefully the key secrets of the business will not be carried around by the CEO in his or her head. This process will have identified that that's information, vital information, the intellectual property of the business has been appropriately documented. We are going to expand our succession planning package to include a specific session on succession strategies in a broader sense, as I've outlined to you today. And this material will be incorporated within our succession package in about 3 weeks' time. If you would like to view a special webinar that we're going to present on succession planning, it's going to be presented on Tuesday the 7th of June at 12 noon. Please go to www.essbiztools.com.au to register. If you would like to receive a copy of our article, Succession Planning, also please go to our website to register for that article. If you have any questions at all relative to succession planning strategies to introduce to your clients that you would like to pose to me, please send me an email, peter@essbiztools.com.au. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.